Hi, I'm William Stewart. Welcome back to our verse by verse study on the book of Philippians. I'm glad you're here. We're in chapter 2. We come to a different section today, which actually provides us a lot of clues on leadership and ministering to other people. It's Paul's um, desiring to follow up and further help the Philippians, with whom or to whom he had gone originally in the second missionary journey and converted them. God used Paul to convert them, and he must have seen to some extent his Christian growth. So this follow-up gives us some clues about how we can minister to other people and build people to minister to them as well, who we need to be. So he says in verse 19, "Well, I trust in the Lord Jesus to send Timothy." Now, Timothy was Paul's disciple, first introduced in Acts 16. "To send Timothy shortly to you, that I also may be of good comfort when I know your state." So Paul, being an attentive minister, was actively following up. He just did not minister and forget. He couldn't go himself, so he sent Timothy, a trusted disciple, to learn how they were doing, so he could report back to him, so he could have done his job. He could be comforted, knowing that they were still pursuing Christ. "For I have no man like-minded who will naturally care for your state." So there was nobody left with him, with Timothy gone for some time. He was hoping Timothy would shortly return. There was nobody left that could go and really learn about them appropriately and care for them. Now, that's important in an expanding ministry. The person who begins the ministry, to expand it, needs somebody under him to be like-minded enough, and the word here is like soul in the original Greek. Um, all the passion and desire that he would have, Paul would have, he needs in another person. That this person, in a sense, middle management, would go and actively care for the Philippians. It's a good lesson to us that as leaders, we need to build in to people and disciple them, or find people to do the same job with others that we would if we need to delegate. In an expanding ministry, one needs to delegate. In addition, we also need to be that person who also will minister in an active way. When we love others, it takes attention and follow up that's active. We just don't forget. We have to take the initiative and not just live passively in our Christian life. Verse 21, "For all seek their own, not the things which are of Jesus Christ." So otherwise, people were distracted with family and business and friends and all good things. Yet, as servants of Christ, we have to actively have Christian goals, separate off time to meet those goals and to do what we need to do. Otherwise, we'll have spent our life doing those good things, work and family, those are all good things, and yet the things of eternal significance, of influencing people eternally, we would not have done. And nobody's going to make you do them. We really have to motivate ourselves. Verse 22, "For you know the proof of him." Otherwise, Paul is sending somebody, Timothy, back to them who know of his reputation. Um, so he's chosen the right person after careful consideration. "That as a son with the Father, he hath served me with the gospel. Him, therefore, I hope to send presently, so soon as I shall see how it will go with me. But I trust in the Lord that I also myself shall come shortly." Verse 24. So to review here, what we've learned is that to be attentive ministers of Jesus Christ, to be good ministers, we have to be attentive to the needs of others. And it takes learning about those needs, as in this case, Paul did with Timothy, and either sending the right person or being that right person to do that yourself, to actively care for somebody else. A good minister cares for the people sufficiently that they won't rest, we may still be faithful, but they have to know how their people under their charge are doing. And they actively pursue that effort or that use that energy to do it. Okay, good example to us as ministers of Jesus Christ. We'll continue next time, excuse me, and finish up the chapter talking about another great character of the New Testament, Epaphroditus. Thanks for being here today. I hope you'll join me on the next video.